because if you keep on opening those wounds, they'll never heal. For example, if you actually have a wound like on you, then you keep checking the bandage, opening it and checking to see what's happening.
It won't heal.
That wound is not gonna heal. That wound is gonna be there for a long time. So you need to just close that wound. Let the medication do its job. Let the bandages do its job. Let everything that is, under that bandage get that healing that it needs. If it happens that you get another wound on another portion of your body, get another bandage. Deal with that one separately. Probably it needs just some betadine or whatever ointment that it needs. Get that one. But the other wound, leave it alone. But if you get another wound, then you're already opening the other wound or whatever. Probably you bleed out.
And cause infection.
You bleed out, get infection. Probably it will get worse. You'll be hospitalized.
But
Greetings. Welcome to Real Life Conversations with Israel and Wangai. I'd like to welcome my beautiful wife, Wangai. How are you doing today?
I'm all right. How are you guys? Welcome to my favorite segment of question and answer, where I feel connected to you guys, like we're having an actual conversation. So how is your new year? How are the resolutions coming up and everything, and the dieting and whatnot and fasting? And I know when the year is starting, you're all excited about resolutions and new beginnings. I hope you keep it up until the year end.
Then by the time you get to February or March, you start stopping.
Cheating. Like, I'm just cheating. I'm just
let's make sure we
it's
continue,
just one cookie.
guys.
It's just, and then
let's make sure we continue the routine. Don't stop. Don't, keep focused on your
business ideas, whatever it is
that you
keep
have planned,
pushing.
Whatever it is that you have set your mind on it, please make sure you keep pushing it until you reach your goal or your destination. So it's always a good time. Today is that other segment, like what Wangai said. I think she likes it so much because, it actually helps someone directly, because these are questions that are coming from you guys. So when you get to answer them, when you get to response, we're actually getting some positive feedback to say, thank you, you've helped us here. Thank you so much. People coming to our inbox and everything. Some even when we meet them, even in town, to be like, oh, guys, you're helping us and everything. So thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate. If you haven't subscribed, please just hit the subscribe button. Wangai, what do you have for us today?
Okay, so our first question is about it says, why do I feel like I'm not allowed to change? Why do we when we got together, I was younger and different, and now I've grown, but every time I try something new, my partner says, you've changed. Am I wrong for becoming someone new?
It's an interesting one, but if it was a live session, I would then ask some more questions to the person who asked that question, because I would get to try to find out what type of change have they shown, or what type of change are they doing, because for someone to say, oh, you have changed, it's probably maybe in a way that they don't appreciate or anything. But anyway, what I wanted to say is change is inevitable. And change can happen in any aspect or any sphere. You can talk about change in your body, for example. You can talk about change even in your sleep patterns. You can talk about change even in your eating habits. You can talk about change even the way you communicate, because we get to grow, we get to move from one point to another. When you are just having your birthday, it's not just a birthday, but there is some certain level of maybe years of experience of whatever is being added to you. So you find out that someone will definitely change. But what then matters is when you are having these changes, sometimes it is always important, like to communicate with your partner. For example, if it's a drastic change, like all of a sudden you can just wake up and maybe you've shaven your head. I know you always do that. I don't like it, but if it's a drastic change, like where you want to like completely shave your head and be bald like me, something that you probably need to share with me before you do that. So those are like some kind of changes that maybe this person is probably, or maybe it could be the wife or the husband, is probably making some changes that are a bit, too much for the other person to bear, or maybe probably they used to come home early, now they're coming a bit later, or maybe they used to hang around different friends, maybe they're hanging on different. So probably that change is not what the other partner was expecting. But if you communicate, you say, baby, this is what's happening to me, or I'm going through this phase, or this is happening to me, probably they'll understand that change that has happened to you.
Yeah, I totally understand what you're saying. But I also think that, what we spoke about, was it the last segment or this one? When we were saying that some people do not want to develop on themselves, they want to stay in one place.
Okay.
Probably the other partner, they want to keep on developing themselves, growing, losing weight, whatever, that kind of thing. And then the other person is reluctant.
chilled.
They are chilled. They don't want to develop. They don't want to do new things. They see me trying to go to school and trying to do a business online, whatever. Like, oh, you're really doing
really
that.
doing this?
You're now into stocks. Because the way they are saying it sounds like someone who is threatened.
Yeah.
Someone who is uncomfortable, like, oh, I'm being left behind.
Yep.
So sometimes some people will make you feel bad for trying to be good, for trying to look better, for trying to look good. Oh, you're wearing heels now. Oh, you're wearing t-shirts now. Oh, you used to wear suits and everything. Now you're wearing cargos. Oh, really? In a sarcastic way. So we don't want it to be like that. I hope that's not the case, where your partner feels threatened because you're developing, you're growing, you're trying to be better, and they are reluctant. They don't want to change and they feel threatened. So there are different aspects of change. There's good change and bad change, and there's good change which might make your partner feel threatened. And then there's that drastic change that you're talking about. Now I'm dressing like a Dora. I'm 39 and I'm wearing Govals and whatever, and we're competing with a Dora. I'm like, okay,
What's
and a belly button, a new belly button ring and everything. I'm like, oh, okay, babes, what's happening? So it's all depends, and also it all depends on how you approach the change.
Okay.
Maybe it's actually a drastic change, a change that is bad, a midlife crisis. The way you approach it, the way you ask someone, the way you talk to someone about that change might actually make it worse or make it better.
All right.
So you have to use the right approach to approach them, to ask them about the change, or to try to help them to accept where they are and who they are without offending them.
So I think, like I was saying, I think the first to say is, would want to find out more about that type of change.
Yeah.
Is it a change in a good way, or is it a change in a bad way?
Yeah.
So if you are listening and you realize maybe
you want to develop your question, or we have been answered, let us know as well.
So that at least we can try to help you in that area. If it is just a positive change, find out if there's a way that you can actually be involved in that change.
Yes.
Be part of that change so that you don't get left behind.
Yeah.
And if it's something that's negative,
Drastic.
find out with your partner what's happening. Probably they're actually going through something that they need your help with, but for you are probably just seeing that change, but you are not seeing or observing that this person actually needs help from me because of that change. Probably I start drinking, for example, and probably I used to drink maybe one beer, and now I'm drinking 3 or 4, whatever. So probably something is happening that you realize, oh baby, this is a change. You are not finishing all this crate. Probably something is happening. They just need that help.
Yeah, like you said, sometimes it's just a cry for help.
Yeah.
Or a cry for attention.
Yeah.
I do normal things. I do everything. You don't comment. You don't say anything. But when I do something drastic, that's when you see. So you actually see other things, but you don't comment. When I do you don't comment. Now that I've done something drastic, that's where you're trying to notice me. So sometimes it's just a cry for help or cry for attention to say, baby, look at me, see me, talk to me, admire me, tell me. So there are so many aspects of change. Yeah. And then number 2. It says, why do I feel like I'm always walking on eggshells? I think carefully before I speak, because one wrong word turns into a big fight or silence for days. I don't feel free to be myself anymore. Is this normal, or is there something wrong in our relationship?
There is definitely something wrong. They probably need help, because the reason why I'm saying there's probably something wrong is How can you just be afraid of your partner like that? Remember, when you get married, when you're in a relationship, you guys are supposed to be best friends. You are supposed to be friends. So if you are best friends, like, if you are really friends, if you are in good books, there's no way that I can be afraid to share with you something just because I think you get mad or you get, you respond in a bad way. So the first thing that I need to do, if I notice that every time now when I say something or when I do something, you respond in a negative way, the first thing is I need to communicate with you, find out exactly why you're behaving this way. Or probably because I could have done something to you. Maybe there's something that is still pending that hasn't been, completely addressed. So probably the reaction is because I'm just saying, baby, why are you talking all about all these things now before we even finish that matter? Like you said, sometimes what's important to me might not be important to you or something. So try to find out from your partner, why is it they're behaving this way, or they're just snapping? Because like from what you said, is they're probably just snapping. Any small word, any small mistake, they're just snapping. There's no reason just to snap like that. Probably there's something that is probably going on. So you just need to try to find out from your partner what's going on, what's happening, because it's not a conducive environment. It's not in a life or a good relationship where you just walking on eggshells. Like you said, you are just thinking, what if I say this, or if I do this, or probably they'll get angry or what. Then you will not experiment and you will not discover new things that can help your relationship, because you are just afraid to try anything else. So you just need to iron it out so that you can go back to experimenting, go back to finding other things that can help you as a couple.
Yeah, I think this takes us back to rigidity.
Yeah.
Someone who is selfish, someone who is controlling.
Yeah.
They just want things to be done their way. If it's not my way, there's no way.
Yeah.
They'll make you feel bad for saying something. Oh, if you want it done that way, then do it. Do it. It's not like they're agreeing.
Yeah.
They're just making you feel bad about something.
Yeah.
That's a horrible relationship to be in.
Very horrible.
If you try to bring a new idea, try to say something, the way they respond, the way they say it makes you feel bad, like you're an awful person or whatever. So you have to be able to allow your partner to say their mind, to speak their mind, to speak how they feel. They feel. You are in a relationship. Maybe you are a man or a woman, and it's not always that that there are men who want to stamp they want to be felt or want to say I'm the father of the house. There are women who are actually like that. There was this shot that I was watching on social media. This woman was trying to have a way. They were having a conversation with the husband, and the husband was winning. And then the woman was like, "Oh, okay, so what do I do right now? What do I do to win this conversation?" And then she started crying. "Why would you do this to me? Why?" And then the man was like, "I didn't do anything." And then there was this other one that Anaya showed me. The girl kept on yelling in the guy's face, pushing him. The boy was trying to ignore her. Like, I don't want to fight with you. I don't want to do this with you. And then the boy was like, "Stop doing that." And then she started falling all over, like she's been pushed so hard.
He pushed me. Oh my God.
Oh, you're killing me and all that. So there are some people who are just dramatic.
Okay.
As long as it's not going their way, they'll just try to find a way to make it their way, to bring it to them, to bring all the attention to them. So we don't want to do that to each other, to make each other uncomfortable. I can't say things will go wrong. The house will be on fire. I try to bring you to attention. I try to talk to you. You won't listen because you didn't see it first, because it's not your idea. It won't go. We can't develop. We can't do anything. We can't go in because it's not your idea. I actually bring a good idea because it's not yours. You just brush it down. Just say, it's not. You look for bad things to just make sure that. So it's not a competition when you're in a relationship. It's not like my way or whatever. It's about the two of us trying to make things work, try to make us develop. So I think this person is just being selfish. They just want things to be done their way, which is not fair, which is not right.
Well,
they
what
need
I'm
to adjust
also
and adapt.
Sometimes, probably, like for example, I've seen also when someone has cheated, for example, then the other person is not completely forgiven that person. So those are like instances where you find out that everything that happens, you say, oh, you did this because you're with your girlfriend. Oh, you're with your boyfriend. Oh, you're with your girlfriend. So because they've not forgiven them, so they're probably just, snapping on everything. So, but it's not a good environment to be in. Yeah.
Yeah. And then this one says, how do we heal when apologies never seem to be enough? We say sorry, but the pain stays. Old wounds keep coming back into new arguments. How do we actually heal, not just move on? I think that's what you were just about to say. That's what you
Yeah. So
something like that.
what happens is like when you apologize or when I apologize to you, like I think I probably mentioned it the other day, when I apologize to you, I know it's difficult, but it is always a good thing to say. If you agree and say, sorry, it's okay, I forgive you, to just forget it, and not bring it back again in the future. Let's say I do something else. I'm human. I'm probably going to keep on doing things again. But when you're forgiven me, it's always good to just forget. Because if you keep on piling them up, you realize that that's when that question will come to say, is forgiving and wounds keep coming. And, because if you keep on opening those wounds, they'll never heal. For example, if you actually have a wound like on you, then you keep checking the bandage, opening it and checking to see what's happening.
It won't heal.
That wound is not going to heal. That wound is going to be there for a long time. So you need to just close that wound. Let the medication do its job. Let the bandages do its job. Let everything that is, under that bandage get that healing that it needs. If it happens that you get another wound on another portion of your body, get another bandage, deal with that one separately. Probably it needs just some betadine or whatever ointment that it needs. Get that one. But the other wound, leave it alone. But if you get another wound, then you're already opening the other wound or whatever. Probably you bleed out.
And cause infection.
You bleed out, get infection. Probably it will get worse. You'll be hospitalized.
But I think it's all about how the previous argument or the previous sorry or whatever happened before, how it was handled before.
Okay.
It reminds me of the conversation that we were having with our friends in the Middle East when they were saying that you have an argument with your partner. You and me are fighting. We're having an argument. And then when Anaya comes to me, I'm jovial, I'm talking to him. How are you? You're right. Everything is normal. Someone else comes. And then you'll be like, she can't be happy. Why is she happy? I'm sad. I'm mad. Why is she happy? But I cannot be angry at the rest of the world just because you and me are fighting. Just like what you and me agree that when we are fighting, not everyone is supposed to know, not the whole world is supposed to know. So when you are in that space, when you feel like that's how you feel. If it's not something that is mutual, it might cause problems because you will feel like Wongai doesn't understand how I'm feeling. She doesn't understand my pain. She's natural action. She's not being remorseful because she's already over it. I'm not over it. But I cannot be inflicting our pain and our argument on everyone and everything. So in an instant like that,
fake smiles?
No, it's not fake smiles. Okay. I am actually genuinely smiling with Anai. But when just like how we deal with our arguments and our problems, we don't inflict it on everyone else and everything. But so maybe the partner will be like, let's feel this pain together. Because when they are angry, I believe they want everyone to know. They want their partner. They have to show it. They have to feel the pain. Yeah. So sometimes when the day goes by and then they are happy, they're talking with other people, and then they're angry at you, and then maybe later, maybe after a few days, you start talking, you feel like I think actually they didn't get it. And then if that very same situation comes up again, you'll be like, no, it's because last time they actually didn't feel it. They actually didn't experience the pain that I was experiencing because they quickly got over it. So until the partner spoke to the other partner and said, no, but the child didn't do anything wrong. I cannot be angry at the child or at the neighbor or at the dog, start kicking the dog because of what we are fighting over. So it's very important to handle your arguments, your problems properly, and to make sure that if something happens, Let's talk about it. Let's sit down. Let's
analyze
break
it.
it
Let's
down.
finish it,
Let's
yeah.
make sure we close the chapter completely. Don't shut me down.
Okay.
Or don't walk away from me. And then you said, because sometimes.
Allow you to vent and do whatever
exactly.
you need
Because
to do.
sometimes some people actually take advantage.
Yeah.
You know that when we're looking at that thing in another aspect, they'll be like, oh, she doesn't want to talk to me. Then I'll talk to my kids. Then I'll talk to the neighbor. Then I'll call my brother. And then you start laughing on the phone, which is not fair, which is not right. You have other people who give you comfort when I'm here in pain. It's okay for us to resolve our own problems on our own. But let's make sure that we resolve them. Okay. We don't brush it aside. Okay, I talked to Anaya nicely. I talked to the neighbor, but I have to come to you. Okay. We talk about it. We resolve it properly. Iron it properly. Experience, show that I understand your pain. I feel your pain, baby. I'm sorry. I know I hurt you. I got hurt also. I'm sorry. How are you feeling right now? Are you okay? Talk about it. Okay. So it becomes unfair when you're always running to the kids, or when you're always running to your sister, to your brother, or whoever to talk to someone else. When I'm in pain, and then you want to forget about it, and then when it's bedtime, you want to touch me, you want to do that jiggly thing. It doesn't make sense.
It also depends, because sometimes you are not opening up to me. You are just, in your own cocoon. And when I try to talk about what happened, hi, baby, what did I do? You don't want to tell me. Probably you are still angry with me, but when you see your kids, you are excited and everything. But you are not talking to me. You know there's something that is still pending. I probably now notice that that thing is still pending. But you're not opening up to me. You're just, keeping to yourself. But when you see someone, you're excited. But when you're with me, you look sad.
Maybe
so
you're that.
You just need to make sure
maybe you're that person that we were talking about before, who is selfish. When I try to explain to you my pain, when I try to tell you how I'm feeling, where you wronged me, you justify yourself. You make it about yourself. So sometimes I'll be like, I think it's better for me to just keep quiet, to feel the pain by myself. Because the more I try to talk to you, the more I try to share my pain with you, the more I try to tell you how I'm feeling. You add paraffin to the wound, to the fire, and it makes it even worse. So sometimes someone will be like, I know I'm in pain. I know it hurts, but the more I try to open to my partner, the more I try to tell them how I'm feeling, they make it worse. They justify themselves. They make me look bad. They make me feel bad. They blame it on me. So what can I do? It's better for me to feel this 30% of pain than the 80 that I'm going to feel when I open up to them, when I try to talk to them. So it all depends. So it's very important when I come to you with my pain, with my argument, with something that doesn't feel right, try to listen to me.
Okay.
I might actually be wrong for feeling that way. I might actually be judging you, or for thinking that you meant that when you didn't actually mean that. So try to help me understand without judging me, without making me feel worse, even though I am wrong. Find a proper way to make me understand, to make me see the right in the wrong, instead of bringing all this jargon and making me feel worse about the situation and everything. You're not being, and you're not understanding. Oh, yeah, what you are being, oh, this is whatever. No, help me understand. Yes, I am wrong. Yes, I am petty, but help me understand from my pettiness. Not to tell me that I'm petty. I know I'm petty already, but if you keep on reminding me that I'm petty, you're not helping. Okay, baby, I understand that you feel this way, but I was just trying to say so. So sometimes the way the situation is handled, it makes someone to shut down, to draw back, to be quiet. Yeah,
that's clear.
Okay.
What happened to coffee?
I think I forgot it in the kitchen. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
And then we go to number 4. Why does it feel like love has turned into duty? We do what we need. We do what needs to be done. Work, children, bills, but there is no joy. It feels like we are managing a household, not a relationship. Can love come back after this?
Love definitely can come back. That's what I can just say. But it all depends with the two of you. You have to be very intentional about it, to say, baby, we need to bring back this love. Because, like, for example, if you look at most of the people, like in the diaspora, it doesn't matter which country you are in, but as long as you're out there, sometimes the work and the environment is a bit hectic. It gets you so busy. The shifts gets you so busy. The childcare gets you so, involved a lot. So you find that if you don't, take a step back from all that chaos and stuff like that, you probably just, lose the plot and you end up just doing bills, doing childcare, doing shifts and coming back, sleeping. That's why you find out people will not even be intimate anymore. They'll just come, you sleep in bed, so the other is looking that way, the other is that way. They are not even feeling each other. That, excitement is no longer there. That attraction is no longer there because you are no longer focused on that relationship. You are just focused on everything just going on around you, which is just something that can happen. But what you need to do as a couple is take a bit of a step back. Baby, this is not working. Can we try to get back some time for ourselves? Find a way, find a date where you actually, give each other time to, to talk about it, time to go out for dinner, time to just sit together, time to say, baby, oh, these bills, they are not going to end. So if you're not careful, you just, spend 3-4 years just running around with all these bills and childcare and whatnot. But you just need to make it intentional to say, baby, we need to make sure whatever we are doing, how busy we are, how hectic our week is, let's make time for each other. Let's find a way we can communicate and love each other and maybe find time for each other.
Like what we were saying, that this is the beginning of the year.
Yep.
We are making resolutions and everything and listing things that we want to do and whatnot. I think we should make a chart.
Okay.
We should get paper and pen, and then we write down children, our relationship, our marriage, and then our job. Let's look at how much time we are spending on each.
Okay.
How much are we feeding our relationship? When was the last time that we actually did something for our relationship? In the last few days, now it's 5 days into January. What have we done just for us? Just the two of us, without thinking about the job, without thinking about shift, without thinking about the kids or extended family or church, me and you.
What have we done?
What, besides sex in the bedroom, what have we done to try to develop our own relationship? Have we had a conversation, maybe even 20 minutes or 30 minutes, just talking about us?
Yeah.
Without talking about bills, we need to pay this, we need to pay what, the money is not our relationship. You and me. Our feelings, how are you feeling? How are you? Everything. So we have to make a calendar or time to say once a week or once every day, we need 30 minutes or we need an hour to just talk about us.
Talk about us.
Go on a date. You don't even if you have to go out. Even when you're sitting in the house, baby, let's talk about us. Don't tell me about bills.
On the side,
Don't tell me about anything else, about money and everything, about you and me. We are dating. Those time, when we used to date, when you used to go out, I didn't know anything about your bills. I didn't know anything about your mom or my mom or your mom or anything. It was just about us.
Yep.
So how are you? How was your day? Don't tell that about today. We haven't paid for water. No. You and me, our relationship. And then we also have to make time for our kids. Taking the kids to school and bringing them back and giving them food, that's not a relationship. That's a duty, like what that person is saying. What am I doing with Anaya for Anaya? I was thinking the other day, I was like, Anaya actually had time to have a relationship with us for about 3 years, 3 months before Adora came. He actually experienced that time just being with him and us without having any other kids. And then Adora came, she was with Anaya. She never experienced being alone with us, just the two of us. She never experienced that. And then Anani came. She never experienced that. Anani, maybe you probably experience it because Anaya will go away, Adora will go away, and then Anani will experience that. So you have to make time to make sure to make it a priority today. Okay, now I have to focus on Adora. What have I done with Adora? What am I doing with Adora? Just making time, not saying that I picked her up from school. No. Building a relationship with Adora, just planning to say, okay, I want to connect with Adora as a dad. You are the first love. What are you doing with your daughter? What have you done with Adora? Just dating her, taking her out, sitting down and talking with Adora. Without Anaya there, without reprimanding and telling her that you have to do your homework, you have to clean your room, just a relationship and no more conversation with Adora. And no more conversation with Anaya, talking to Anaya. Okay, Anaya, who is Anaya? What is Anaya doing? What does Anaya like and everything? Is Anaya dating? How does Anaya feel and everything? Just talking to Anaya. Take Aneni, let's talk about Aneni, let's talk to Aneni. Who is Aneni? What does Aneni like? Let's they put them together in a cocoon, in a group. They are boys. Anaya and Aneni, they are boys. We talk them together. They are what? No. Take time with each and every of your child. Find some minute, find some time. Me and Anaya by myself, me and Adora by myself, you and Anen by yourself, that time. And then you and me and Anaya, the three of us, we must have a conversation, save time, just the three of us. Time with just Adora, that special time for Adora to feel that I'm special. Without, I have siblings, yes, but I have time with my mom and my dad. I have time with my mom and dad as Anen and all that. And then we have time to talk about our jobs.
Yep.
Okay, Vonga, you are doing this right now. Where are you going? What are you going to be do by 40? You are supposed to have something that is stable that you are doing. You cannot be jumping from this to that to this to that. What are you doing? Where are you going? Be firm. Sit down and say, Vonga, we have to talk. Where are you going? Where are you coming from? Israel. You are 41 now. You are turning this year. You are turning 41. So who is Israel? Where are you going? What are you doing? We need to develop. We need to make money. We cannot be living from hand to mouth. What are we doing about making money? What are we doing about becoming millionaires? What are you doing about it? So we have time to date, time to have fun, time to be serious about life, to talk about life. Where are we going? We have time to have fun with Anaya, to date Anaya, to teach Anaya about dating and life. And then we have time to be firm. Anaya, you need a job. You need a part-time job. You need to find money for you to buy your snacks and everything. You pocket money for college and everything. And bus fare, you need to help us. You need to do something. Things are tight. What are you doing, Anaya? Talk to them about life and everything. Time for everything. Time to have fun, time to be serious, but we have to make sure that you make time for everything. Otherwise, you might feed the other part, you might work everything, build a house and everything, have money, but lose your relationship, lose your marriage. You must take your kids to school, bring them back, give them all the PA system, whatever, the gaming system, but you lose them, the relationship, that connection with them. So you have to make sure that you feed each and every part of your relationship, each and every part of your marriage, each and every part of your life. Feed them all. Try to make sure that you balance them all without neglecting others.
Yep. Well, one thing that you need to understand, when you're in a relationship, no matter how many kids you then be, are blessed with, 3, 4, 5, whatever, you still need to remember where it all started.
Yeah.
It all started between the two of you.
Yes.
It all started with you and your wife, or with you and your husband. Just the two of you. So no matter what then happens, remember, even if you have how many kids, I don't know, those kids are still gonna grow up and they're still gonna go. And then it will go back again to being the two of you. So make sure you are just prepared for the time that you are gonna be back together again, the two of you. I know sometimes we can get carried away where you find out that maybe I can have a favorite. I love my kids so much. I enjoy more time with my kids more than with you, or you can enjoy more time with the kids more than with me. But remember, this is not going to be there forever. These kids are going to grow up. They're going to get married. They're going to go to college. They're going to, to go different places, different towns. They're going to just enjoy their lives. But we are going to be together forever. So you need to make sure you're investing in that relationship that, you're going to retire in. You're going to retire in doing all these chores, all this childcare. You retire back to being with Israel and Vongai. So you need to make sure you are investing in that relationship for that time that you will be together. Because you don't want to be, get to that stage and you are with a stranger.
Yeah, exactly. I used to think that when people have been married for more than 20 years, they can never get divorced.
Yeah.
You'll be shocked that hearing that some people, you're working with people, you're friends with people, they're like, my mom and my dad, they are getting divorced. And they already have grandchildren.
Yeah.
They already have grown-up children. It's because that they lost that spark. They lost that interest. Maybe the children, they are the ones that used to bring them together. Whenever they are together, they're talking about kids. They're reprimanding kids. They don't have their own personal relationship. So kids are now gone and everything. And the grandchildren, they're probably not coming to their house. They're probably here in the UK. And it's just you and me. I'm like, okay. So you feel like you're a stranger, like what you said. What do we talk about? What do we do? So you have to make sure that that spark, that connection is still there. Because when they go, you need to reconnect. That was very powerful what you said. You need to have that relationship. We don't want to get divorced just because kids have left the house. Kids have left the nest, so we don't have anything to do. We don't like each other. So it's very important to keep dating and to keep loving each other. Because it's you and me forever.
Forever, you and me against the world. Whatever comes, we will face it together. You know, till death do us part. So you need to remember those vows that you made. Till death do us part.
Yeah. Okay, this is the last one. How do we dwell with emotional neglect when there is no obvious abuse? Nothing terrible has happened.
Okay.
No cheating, no shouting, but I feel unseen and emotionally alone. How do you fix something that looks fine on the outside?
I think this one just, it goes together with the one that we just responded to just now, because it's all about making sure you recreate that spark.
Yeah.
And also, I heard what they're saying, that, they don't feel loved. But the other question is, are they, showing love to their partners? So I don't know if they are male or female. Are they themselves, showing up to just love the other person?
To be seen. Are you seeing your partner?
Yeah, are you seeing also? So you have to make sure it's not about you. It's not about you. Don't be selfish. So what called selfish in a relationship. Make sure whatever it is that you want to happen to you, are you giving the same to your partner? Because they have also to some option to feel also your love, so that they have to reciprocate or whatever that English word is. So you have to make sure it's not only about you.
Yeah.
Find out your partner. Are they also feeling the same? How are you doing? About it and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it's very important to make it intentional. To work on your relationship. To try to check yourself. Okay, it has been 5 days in January. What have I done for my partner? Something special, something simple, making time, for your partner. What have I done to build this relationship? Not to be saying, what has he done for me? He didn't do anything for me. He didn't do anything for me. She didn't do anything for me. She didn't bring me anything. I like grapes. I like that juice. He didn't. What did you do? What have you done? So the more you give, the more you receive, because you cannot expect to...
Oh, he's not sending me messages. Or he's not
calling me. Have you sent him one?
Are you sending us? Are you calling them as well?
Because you cannot expect to pour out of an empty cup.
Yep.
So if you want something to come out of that cup, you have to feed it. If you want for your cow to produce milk, you have to feed it. Yeah. You have to make sure that it's hydrated. You have given it good meals and everything, good grass, whatever it is, salt and whatever. Feed it. So if you feed your partner, if you treat them right, if you do them properly, I think they'll definitely see you.
Definitely.
But if you make yourself invisible, then I can't see you. Make yourself visible. Make yourself available. Make yourself attractive. Then I can see you. But if you are always wearing your black robe and you are always looking, that kind of thing, and you are not making yourself, how can I see you? Yeah. Make yourself available. But it's very possible that you're actually doing all the things right. But some people take advantage. There are some people who just want to receive and they don't want to give. I'm giving everything. I'm buying you presents. I'm doing all that. But you just don't want to give back. You think maybe it's a wife's duty or a husband's duty to take care of you, to provide for you. It's not fair. Whatever, no matter how, maybe you're maybe a housewife, you don't go to work, or maybe you've retired, your partner is the only, you say, they have to do it, they have the money or whatever. No, you have to find a way to give back, to make sure that you are putting an effort into that relationship. Just do something, no matter whatever the setup of a relationship is, whether you're working or you're not working or whatever it is. Try to put an effort, because it is true, actually. There are some people who actually don't want to give back. No matter how much you give, no matter how much you try to please them and everything, you bring your wife flowers, you buy a favorite perfume, everything, and they keep on taking. But sometimes also, it's very important for you to communicate, to tell your partner, because there are some men out there who wants to iron their shirts. Then they want their shirts to be ironed in a certain way. They want to buy their own perfume. They like their own perfume. They want to do everything by themselves. So sometimes you feel left out. You be like, so what can I do for him? What can I give them when they want things to done by themselves?
Can you not learn what your partner wants and then try to do it for them? There's certain type of perfume they like. The way they want their clothes ironed. Can you not learn that same aspect and try to do it as well?
Yeah, you could, but some people actually enjoy doing that themselves.
Right.
So you can always find something else that you can do for them. So find something that you could do. There is something that you can always do for them. But sometimes people like that that level of independence, enjoying doing that thing that they do for themselves.
They should know that when you get married,
no independence.
That independence is gone. It's not 18 April or whatever. It's independence gone.
Yeah, I'm good.
Those are the last ones.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say?
No. I'm good.
Thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate your time. We really appreciate, the way some other, I think 2 questions that we didn't discuss here that we thought we probably needs more time and that we are going to actually have like probably a full episode, because one of them I can just tell you probably is going to be our next episode, is talking about a couple. They're having, a dilemma. They're trying to find out if they get to get a mortgage like in the diaspora or to build back home. So we are going to respond to that question, but we just needed more time just to find out what the advantages of getting a mortgage here, and also what are the advantages of building back home, and also what is their situation. So I'm sure in the next episode we'll try to digest it and find out what we can say about it. So thank you so much, guys. Have a great day. Thank you.